Today, my friends, we're throwing it back quite a few years, to a time where our hearts were filled with hope and excitement. So as a part of my multi-year build-up to Halo Infinite, right before E3, I used to make a video where I'd gather an ensemble cast of friends from all across YouTube, and we'd all give our expectations and hopes of what we'd see for Halo that year. Now, I haven't done one of these videos since 2019, over half a decade, but given that we're kind of at the start of the road to Halo 7 now, I figured it was a perfect time to bring those videos back. So today, as you can see in the title, I've gathered an ensemble cast of friends from all corners of YouTube and content creation to talk about our hopes and also our most realistic expectations as to what we think we might see at the Xbox Game Showcase this weekend on June 9th. But first, yours truly's got to give his expectations. You know, it's nothing like a little bit of alcohol before talking about Halo nowadays. Am I right, guys? So, starting out with my hopes, my absolute greatest hopes for what I'd ideally love to see from Halo at the Xbox show, and really, my hopes are threefold. Firstly, the obvious one is some kind of Halo 7 announcement. I'm not expecting gameplay, I don't think anyone should be, but I don't know, something like the teaser that we got for Infinite back in 2018, I'd love to see something like that for Halo 7 that gives us an insight into what comes next. The second thing that I'd really hope to see is something about Certain Affinity's long-rumored Halo project. We know for a fact they're working on a game. I mean, hell, there's even been a little bit of concept art of it released. I don't know if it was supposed to be released, but it was. We know they're working on something. They've been awful quiet, it's never been officially announced, but I'd really hope to see just some kind of announcement or tease for that. I mean, hell, Clobriel, who is a very reputable Xbox leaker, even said at the start of this year that he thinks personally that we could see the game released this year, so if it does, then I'd love to see an announcement trailer at the Xbox show. And the third thing that I'd hope to see is some kind of spin-off announcement, right? Spin-offs are the talk of the town, they have been for God knows how long now, and I genuinely think that before we get Halo 7, we're going to get a spin-off of some kind. No idea what it will be, but I am very, very adamant that we will get some kind of ODST-esque spin-off. I'm not saying ODST 2, but some kind of ODST spin-off before Halo 7. However, my very, very realistic expectations as to what I genuinely think we will see, well, give me a sec. Nothing. At the absolute most, I think we may see a Halo 7 teaser, but personally, I don't think anything is getting announced for Halo at this show. If anything gets announced for Halo this year, I kind of think something might get announced at the Game Awards, personally. Like, I'm semi-confident that something might, but honestly, I don't think anything is getting announced for Halo at this Xbox show, so I'm just going to tell you all, temper your expectations, don't get disappointed if nothing gets announced. But those are my hopes and expectations. Time to hand it over to my guests.
Regarding Halo at the Xbox Showcase, now what I want to see and what I expect to see are two completely different things. It seems development for Halo Infinite is slowing down, and it's pretty clear the game is never going to reach the same heights it did at release. So perhaps we'll see a trailer for a small update to Infinite. I doubt we will see any gameplay for the next Halo title, but maybe we'll get a teaser trailer for Halo 7. But I'd also not be surprised if there was no announcement for Halo at the Xbox Game Showcase. I would, however, love to see at least 2 games announced or teased, because it's been 7 years since Halo Wars 2, the last spin-off, and before that, 8 years to the last spin-off. We have had 2 spin-off games in 15 years, and we just need more games. We just need more opportunities to play and experience Halo in a multitude of different ways. I mean, maybe it would be cool to announce like a Halo 3 remaster or remake, since remakes have been pretty popular lately. Any excuse to get Blur Studios involved with the storytelling and cutscenes, I think for that alone, I would love to see something like that. But I also think the timing might have been missed on that, because we're closing in on the 20-year anniversary of Halo 3, believe it or not. All in all, I think Halo has been chugging along very slowly for a very long time. I'm not sure if new leadership has been around long enough to ramp up production and really change the culture around 343. At the end of the day, I think we just need more Halo games. I want to play more Halo games and I want to see more Halo games. It's as simple as that. My final prediction? We're not seeing anything from Halo, and I hope I'm wrong.
Hello everyone, my name is Caleb, aka Oompaville, and I'm a massive fan of Halo. Seriously, it's one of my favorite things. It has been for as long as I've been alive. My friend Luke, aka HiddenXperia, my favorite YouTube channel on YouTube, that has been for a long time. He asked me what I thought about the Xbox show, the Halo show it should be called, what I think is going to be revealed in regard to Halo. And I'm going to tell you, I think there's going to be a new game. Okay, I think they're going to announce a new game, another single-player game. No, I think they're going to use Infinite as a live service with just multiplayer. I think they're going to announce another single-player game, and the story is going to focus mostly on the Flood. It's going to be really cool, and it's going to be all unique Spartans. I think they're also going to announce a single-player DLC for Halo Infinite, and I think they're going to announce that they're going to retcon the Halo TV show, and they're going to remake all of it. And I also heard that they're announcing a true remaster of Combat Evolved in the Halo Infinite engine. These are all lies. I don't think any of this is true. I think I'm going to have to bridle my disappointment like I have every single year, unfortunately. And I'm not sure how many more years I can do that. So that's what I think about the Xbox show. I love Halo, by the way. I actually genuinely do. And I hope they do some cool stuff, but...
What's up, guys? I'm Kelski, aka Certified Halo Fanboy, aka the guy who would take being Master Chief's codpiece over world peace. Halo is in a very tough spot right now, so honestly, I'll take anything this month. I would love to see whatever Certain Affinity has been cooking, if it even still exists, that is. I strongly believe that it's going to be some sort of multiplayer-only spin-off title. There's been rumors after rumors. It used to be a battle royale for Halo Infinite, then it became something larger, yada yada. I hope it's a large-scaled Battlefront type of game. Halo has never experimented with larger player counts, which is insane because Invasion was the perfect platform to build off of. Seriously, 343, what the fuck? Bring this back already. Since it's being led by Max Hoberman, a guy who had a huge part in Halo 2 and Halo 3's development, some of the best games in the entire franchise by the way, it's safe to say that I trust this man with my life. I would love to finally see a trailer. And just to really push it, maybe 343 even shows a very short teaser trailer announcing the existence of Halo Infinite 2 Infinitely Unlimited Turbo HD Remix. However, Halo obviously isn't what it used to be, pumping out gems every 2 to 3 years like the goddamn machine it once was. So, to use modern Halo's production timeframe, it'll be 3 years this year since Halo Infinite launched. So as for what I realistically think we'll see this month, well, let's ask the magic conch shell.
Nothing.
I'm tired, boss.
Hello everybody, Luke has asked me to do my predictions of the upcoming Microsoft Showcase for Halo. What might we see? What do I expect? Are we going to see anything for Halo? And it's very possible we see absolutely nothing, but I'm going into it being positive. This is potentially what we might see. So to me, it could be one of three things. Each have a lower percentage chance of actually happening, but number one, and most likely, is 343 plays the new trailer they showed off at the Microsoft Game Showcase. That brand new trailer we saw, and we're all wondering like, why did that come out? That could get played. It could also be accompanied by the Match Composer update, and it could serve as 343 saying Halo Infinite is complete, look at how the game is now. 343 could also reveal the Certain Affinity Halo game that has been rumored to be worked on for a very long time. Again, it is less likely we're going to see this, but based on the leaks from Clobrile, he said Certain Affinity's standalone Halo multiplayer game may potentially launch this year. And third, the least likely of the three options, 343 shares a teaser trailer similar to the Halo Infinite first reveal trailer of the next mainline Halo game. If we don't get that this year, that means it may be 3 years until the next mainline Halo game releases. I don't think Microsoft would shadow drop it, so they are my predictions for the upcoming Microsoft Showcase. Thank you to Luke for having me on.
Man, I hope that we get to see a solid Halo game. Like something. Sorry, I'm really desperate here, but if you didn't know, I'm Drewski. I played a lot of Halo when I was a kid, and it basically has formed my entire taste for video games. I think that at the Xbox show, it's a pretty good chance that we're going to see a Halo game this year, and I just hope that it's something focused. I hope that it's solid. I don't really think that they should try going for the biggest games, although I wish that was a way that they could do things. Halo 3 with Campaign Forge, multiplayer, and theater. But I just don't have faith that 343 is capable of that amount of content on launch again. After the partial launches of Halo 5 and Halo Infinite that lacked critical things like Forge and Firefight, things that made the past games so good, it just critically wounded my feeling about the big Halo games coming out, especially when campaign and multiplayer at launch also were pretty limited and didn't really carry their own weight. I'm beating a dead horse here, but I think games like Helldivers 2 showed us what a good focused co-op shooter could be in something like the Halo universe. And then there's also franchises like Warhammer that have RTS, FPS, and good third-person co-op games coming out soon that are just kind of level the field with different genres of game within the same franchise. I think to be as rational as possible, I don't think that the next Halo game is going to be Halo 7 or Halo 6 or whatever we're on now, but I think it's going to be a smaller scaled, lower budget focused game of some sort, and I hope it's that too, because I hope that 343 actually takes a jump in a direction that they can actually land with, even if it's a small jump, even if it's something not as huge as the project of creating their own entire engine for one campaign, and I hope with whatever they have to do in the future that they have a game that is successful enough that it shows the heads at Microsoft that this franchise is still alive, because there's a lot of franchises that have been asleep for a few years but have been recently revived by something good coming into them, and I think that Halo is easily one of the biggest sleeper franchises that could come back if we just have different Halo games.
Hi guys, I'm MrRoflWaffles. I make Call of Duty Zombies videos amongst other things, and most of my time is spent educating people on how to build firebows. In a perfect world, I'd love to see some kind of spin-off game that wasn't just multiplayer, wasn't just a battle royale, but it was something more akin to a game which could lean into the world building of Halo. Like, I want small stories about the Halo universe that are not related necessarily to Master Chief, but maybe happen concurrent with his actions through the universe, or don't necessarily focus on a lot of the big conflicts that we're really sort of familiar with, but instead are just little pocket stories from across space which can help flesh out more of that world, but in a way that isn't just another multiplayer. So that could be a survival type game, it could be like a horror inspired game, like give me Halo PT. That sounds crazy, but why not, right? Just something to switch up the Halo formula so that it isn't just mainline, normal, traditional Halo titles forever. Realistically though, I think, first of all, we'll probably get some kind of call out to Halo Infinite's competitive scene, maybe, like something just to kind of grease the esports wheels there. And then I think they'll probably say, and we know that you're all excited to see what's next for the Halo universe, and we're eager to tell you more about it when the time is right. And that's probably that.
Installation 00 here. My hopes for Halo at the Xbox Showcase are probably a little bit too optimistic to actually happen, but new campaigns, and yes, I do mean that plurally, the new game being developed in the Unreal Engine means that hopefully subsequent campaigns will be that much faster to produce, much like back in the day with Halo 3 and Halo ODST. They both had the same engines, so that meant that all of the assets already existed, the engine was already in place. It was really just a case of developing the story, scripting the cutscenes, and fleshing out the play spaces. I wouldn't be against decoupling the multiplayer and the campaign entirely so that they each become their own dedicated assets, with hopefully teams or maybe even studios dedicated specifically to their development. That way we don't get a repeat of a campaign being released, then multiplayer being really the only aspect that gets content updates. Both campaign and multiplayer both deserve equal development. I'd like to see spin-off games, and maybe a new ODST game, a dedicated Spartan 4 game that brings new characters to the fore, a flood horror game, a game where you play as Spartan 3s in SPI armor, a game where you play as Sergeant Johnson during the events of Contact Harvest. Anything that shows that Halo is getting the attention that it so deserves, and ultimately shows that the tide is shifting back to Halo once again being a world-leading game franchise. Most realistically, however, assuming we get some news about Halo at the Xbox Showcase, a new campaign is really where my heart sits. A campaign that picks up where Infinite left off and what should have been DLC content being carried into the future. I wouldn't even mind staying on Zeta Halo because you've got the Endless, you've got Offensive Bias, you've got the rich history of Zeta Halo itself is just ripe for the picking for a deep, dark and immersive campaign experience.
So thank you all to my amazing guests for the help with this video. It's always cool doing these kind of ensemble Avengers cast kind of videos, getting all my friends from all different corners of YouTube to unite to talk about one shared love, that is of course Halo. Like I said at the start, please temper your expectations for this show because I genuinely don't think we're going to be getting anything for Halo. Like I said, if anything happens this year, I think we will get something at the Game Awards. I'm a lot more sure about that than I am about the Xbox Showcase. Please temper your expectations. But with that said, I will of course be streaming the Xbox show this weekend on June 9th at 10 AM PST, 1 PM PT, and 6 PM BST in the UK. The stream will be live like an hour or so before, so we can talk. We can watch the show together, and then I'll probably have something of like a aftermath video, should we say, going live the day or two after. So yeah, thank you once again to all of my guests. Appreciate it. Go and sub to them down below if you somehow haven't. There's a real eclectic group of individuals there that have helped me out today. So thank you all very much, and thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I want to give a huge thank you to all of my amazing patrons for the continued support over there, as per usual. Thank you all so much, and thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave your hopes and expectations down below in the comments. I'd love to hear them, and I guess I'll catch you all on Sunday for the stream.